Oh, brushes. Hmm.
Ah, oh well, I sent it, but doggone it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just, a little frazzled. Running late. Okay.
Well, I'm onto your trick, so I put it in notes. So now I can just, I got you now.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I know. You're the one that gets up so early and
Yeah.
Kim's the one that stays so late. Sarah's here though. She's right on the ball.
Kelly,
Uh,
where are you that you're getting up so early?
she's out in California.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she is getting up early.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, I didn't.
Did I make this a small one or a big one? What do you think?
Uh, I'm going 20 by 16, but
Woo,
you
doggy.
don't you don't have to be that big. You can go 12 by 16 would work, or 11 by 14. Doesn't have to be huge. It depends on how you want to get it done. When do you want to get it done?
When?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I couldn't keep up with you last week. I kept up with the paint.
Yeah.
I got everything out, but the colors, and it happens less frequently now that I'm getting a little used to it. But the colors that I mixed are not the colors that you mixed.
That's the way it goes. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on the maker sometimes how much
No, I mean the proportions that I mix.
Yeah, yeah.
So where you come up with blue, I come up with gray.
Yeah, whenever you're doing the phthalo green and the alizarin like that, yeah, whenever it comes out gray like that, it means and you want to go blue, you got to put alizarin in, and it will turn blue. It's just it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
There we go.
Give it my best, give it my best shot this time.
Okay.
I bought a new tube of Cad Orange when I saw this come
Did
out.
you? I wonder
Yeah.
why. I mean, just
Well, I'll tell you why, because I've never had Cad Orange before. I had mistakenly
Really?
bought Cad, yeah, I had Cad Yellow Deep, which
ah
looks orange when you squeeze it out, but it doesn't
right.
mix.
I think cadmium red light is an orange red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
it
It is.
is.
those two can, depending on the producer, those two can be pretty close.
It can be. It can be.
So anyway, I cheated. I bought a new tube. I thought, let's have the right stuff for this.
Yeah. If
Little.
Ah, there we go. Gary showed up, so I guess all's good in the world.
Hey,
All you need.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. Okay, my mic works.
Okay.
We're on go. Thanks.
So this is what we painted last week.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
You guys, yeah. Well, everybody, I think hit this one really well again. Except for you. Shelley. But you're working on it.
There's got to be an outlier in every group.
You know, one of the things about this is when you do get to these ones where it is all modeled like this and all the colors are very, nothing jumps out at you except for this
Yeah.
eyeball. This eyeball, I have it pretty soft around the eye,
Yeah.
but it still jumps out at you sharp. So
Sure.
I'm probably going to have to go back and cheat it and soften it around that eye really much more with my finger and stuff if I can. Because, well, at least I'm working when it's, it's white. It's still wet. It'll be wet for a while. But just touching these areas just to soften this eyeball up one more time without doing too much more damage from an angle. And so pushing it back so it stays back a little bit. So softer edges even when you got something with this kind of contrast.
Oh,
So
okay.
it will help push it back. Because the
So a
ears,
sharp edge brings it forward and the softer edge puts it back. Right. Okay.
Right.
Got it.
so yeah. So don't get those two mixed up. And it's the same with color. Warms bring it forward usually. Cools take you back,
Mm-hmm.
except for when you're in the shadow. When you're in shadows, it's like warms take you back, and darks bring you, cools bring you forward in the shadows. It's just reverse. It's weird. Okay, so we're going to be painting some kois today. As you can tell, I am still getting my stuff together here. Well, I do have it up there. Let me grab the koi here. It's a nice, simple shot of koi. I tell you, I've been looking for koi for a while to paint, and they're tough to do because when I'm looking at koi in a pond, gathering of koi. I'm looking for a design. I'm trying to see if they make a design that kind of resonates with me, that jumps out at me and says, I see that as a painting that I saw, that I recognize that design. Either it's, what do they call it? It's a steel yard where you have a lot of fish on one side and you have one on the other side, just one on the other side to bat, and they kind of teeter totter, but balance somehow because you have the negative space and you have the cluttered space, and they can balance each other out. So I'm always looking for little things like that, little design ideas that I recognize in the koi. I wish I could tell you which one. This they say it's a Japanese diagonal or something like that, because of this spot and this spot going in a diagonal cross there. So all the stuff's happening in the middle here. So little things like that. And spacing. I'm always looking for spacing too as it goes. So they're not all evenly spaced out, that there is some overlap, and not too much is centered. So let me pull this up. So this is what I came up with. And I'm also looking for little, things that, little things that draw me in too. It has to be a little, after you get the design, then there has to be this other element that says you could do something with this. Like, let me go back to the color one. Okay. Like the reflection of the sky and the water and stuff. I'm trying to get transparencies, deep transparencies. So you do have, when you have overlap like this, you know, the transparency of one fish against the other, the top fish being just a little brighter and clearer, the other one pretty dull. So these guys, you know, these guys here, you know, there's not much really going on. I mean, they just, so we'll be able to push those guys back. A lot of the same white throughout. So the color variations, you know, this guy's just a touch more yellow, this guy than this guy's a touch more red. That's it. That's the change. I mean, it can, the values are about the same. So it's really just taking it from the yellow side and putting it on the red side of the lights. And then we got the greens down below. God, does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, sort of. Keep talking. We'll figure it out.
I'm going, wait a second. I'd have to,
Are
you know, I
blending?
didn't say, yeah, we're talking all these colors here, the light colors, you know, that this one just is a little more yellow than this one. This one can be a lot more pink, to set just as for a separation of colors. But again, just like the rabbit and a lot of things, those colors are pretty tight, you know, value wise. We're not having one jump too much in front of the other. Parts of it might, you know, and especially when you get reflections like this. Looking at the reflection again, yeah, that's kind of what really kind of ended up drawing me in on this one, because I did want to have the water play more of a part of this painting than just the koi itself, because as you can tell, you know, yeah, they're good, they're an interesting fish, but if you don't get the depth, if you don't get this really top line here that says, you know, this is where the top of the water is, and then you get the bottom of the fishes here, you know, so you get this depth between the two, you know, it's kind of that's what kind of makes it for me. You know, we do have a few other water things going on up here, but those guys aren't really huge, and I think those guys are almost a scratch of the knife, more kind of effects. We do have lots of crap in the water. This pool probably wasn't cleaned yet, or doesn't get cleaned, or somebody just mowed the lawn over it. So you got a lot of crap in there, but we don't have to pay attention to that. I do like crap in my water, you know, because it really does help, you know, the solidification of the water, you know. So you do need a little bit of kind of little dots here and there, maybe a you know, a grass or a leaf or something like that, but you don't need to have quite that kind of variety of spots, because you know, just that's where I would say take it easy, you know. But do these guys right here, you're gonna find, are kind of important. Those little glares right here going across at the end, because they're gonna draw these two fish together. They kind of pull these two fish together.
Right.
I was thinking also I might tighten up this little area just a touch more, you know, keep them like this, but just have this little flex a little bit more. So I tighten up a little spot here. So you got a little, you know, tension going on. Because right now it's they are gliding, they are flying, and so, I mean, moving under the water like that. But sometimes you just need that little teeny tension, just like this little area here. You can just feel there's you know, something going on there. So just a little touch tighter would probably do this one a lot. And against the glare, that's another thing. You got that blue, that purple glare in the water against these oranges. Another really nice thing to have. And then you have the green going back into the green that's going to hold this thing together against those orange reds. So, yeah, it's overwise, color-wise, it should work out great.
Jim, what
Uh,
about the the right-hand side here? The on the right bottom, we have that little weird head. Do you want to make that something
Oh,
else?
that-
Do you want to put in a little weird head? I mean,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he doesn't even read as a head, does he?
yeah, he's just
Yeah.
kind of a whisker.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be anything. Yeah,
If you
I
could
would,
put water in there,
I
I
would
mean,
just, yeah,
yeah.
I didn't notice him, and he did not jump into my. Yeah, I noticed him but now when I'm talking, I didn't notice him at all. So I would say, yeah, you don't need him. I would just, finish off that fin of this guy back here, and just
Oh,
leave
okay.
him as the water, just like this area. Maybe just
Okay.
connect these two a little bit better. I would simply take him out because he matches that value and everything like that,
Yeah.
texture wise. He probably, without you working, sitting there and working on him and trying to make him something, and then all of a sudden he shouldn't be something.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to waste a lot of time. So I just take them out. Concentrate on these two. These two are your big money things. If you can, and especially this back fin here, if you make that fin work and exciting and simple and clean the way it looks, you get that in there, and then you have the depth of the other two just at the right level. It'll work. The painting will work really nice. And that guy won't be, he's nothing. He doesn't mean anything. He's like this leaf over here. He doesn't add or do anything to the painting. Yeah, he doesn't make or break it. So let's, value wise, of course. Yeah, a lot of darks. We're in the really dark range over here. We're down here at probably closer to 9s on the water. Well, 10s really, 10s and 9s and 8s. And then you're going to get your highlights over here. These guys probably, I wouldn't say probably 7 to 6.5 to 7 there. Nothing too bright. I mean, when you get these cools, because that's kind of a purple and stuff. When you get those guys into this, lighter, just a lighter range, they kind of jump pretty quick. So I would say, yeah, keep it dark, keep those guys a little darker, and then the same with these guys, when you get these warms here, they'll just really watch them. I don't think anything kind of goes past 2.5 to 3. Let's keep them pretty, except for this area here, probably 2, maybe might be, but everything else I think can be, right there. I think, so this painting is going to happen right in that area. We're going to try and keep out those little guys. Most of this little stuff, crap. The best way to put it in, like again, is with your paint eraser. Just a touch, a scratch, a knife. This is definitely just a knife scratch on top of paint, pulling off and revealing a canvas. That kind of good thinking about revealing canvas underneath and stuff is a decent idea to do without painting it in. And the option is too, if it doesn't work, I've done this a lot of times where I have tried this and it works for a minute, and then later I'll come back and look at it and go, well, it doesn't work. So then you have to paint it, which is okay, because at least you know where it has to go, and you have something to work off of, putting back in the paint if you need to add a lighter color. So it's not bad to try it this way and see if you can live with it. And if you can't, then come back and put paint in. I like to take a chance. that's the thing. It's just taking a chance on a painting instead of always playing it safe, always just doing the right thing. Sometimes just, bringing out the knife and just going, I'm going to let this knife do what it does, put some paint down and take it off. And let's see what happens. And just try to control it a little bit, but let the knife work. And you'll get a lot of this effects. So that and that paint eraser will work really kind of good together. At least I found. Anyway, that's what I got. Let me release all this stuff. Any questions? I think it's going to be a handsome painting myself. So, but I could be wrong. All right. Off we go to our palette. Oh yeah, I didn't mention I got I'm just going to do a free class for you guys for everyone on Monday night for people who are up at Monday night. And we're just going to paint a fox.
Oh, I want to paint a fox.
Yeah, it's on the Facebook page.
What's your idea of night?
You gonna send out a video, Jim?
Yeah, I'll make the video.
Okay, I'll do it on video.
You could pay for the video. I'll just send you the photo, and you should paint the photo on your own.
Oh, that'd be cool. I mean,
Well,
not
I've got the photo. I saw it on Facebook, so maybe I
Yeah,
will. But
you're on Facebook. You can, and you're hooked up.
yeah, he's sort of cute.
What's your idea of night?
Nice. Well, for you, it'd be 5 o'clock,
Perfect.
5 to 7.
Okay,
So-
you'll send out all that info?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot. Some people are not Facebook educated. Aha. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I need to pull up my brushes here. Of course, big brush. Synthetics would be really good for this thing. This is a brand new brush, and I've just kind of destroyed it. Oh, is this the new brush? No, here's my new brush. Okay. I was wondering, God, I destroyed that brush already. And I go, that's 3 paintings and it's gone. And it just gets buried over here. But bristle brushes will come in handy for some of this water and softening, crack and stuff. Synthetics would be nice clean marks. Love that. Put that over here. Palette knife, gonna be neat. You definitely need it. And this guy just makes such nice little marks. I love being able to make all kinds of marks on these guys. So just clean, I can pick these guys up over here and really help move the design, connect everything with just a few marks too on top. So such a good way to go. Pull the colors up. Yeah, well, this isn't too bad. I mean, it's really more intense on the screen over here, greens and stuff. All right.
I have a
Let's
quick
see.
question.
Yeah.
You've said this before, but the transparent red oxide, I'm getting low. And I know I can use something else for the transparent red oxide.
Bird sienna.
Burnt sienna.
Yeah.
How about Venetian red?
Venetia red's on the other one, the light oxide red light or
that
light
one.
oxide red.
Okay, gotcha. So
Yeah,
burnt
that will
sienna-
work for that one. Yeah, because
Okay.
that's an opaque. Where burnt sienna is on a transparent side, just like
Yeah.
the red oxide, transparent red oxide.
Okay. All right,
So-
good. Thank you.
No worries. Good question though. Okay. I need to get some greens in here, right? Probably the water. Let's do the water. Those are your darkest darks. So we're gonna have to a few of these greens. So give me a cool green. to use to mix up. Somebody. Down in here. Lower part of the paint photo.
Viridian,
Viridian. Well,
phthalo green.
there we go. Well, there, you're right. That's the green. That's the main part of the color. What's the other color that goes in it?
Blue.
Blue. You want to fail today? Don't do that. Where? Give me another color. I'm talking these darks, not the lights. Come on, folks. Okay, damn it. I thought, I'd go with the alizarin. Because this color on the alizarin side in phthalo green is going to be the highlight in the water too. So you just get to know these colors, and I know this color, if I tone it all the way down with white, it's going to get this color. And also I know I can fit it in here in the lower part at this level down here. But then it has to warm up. I need a green. I'll need a green that gets me to this area. I need this color. So what green would that be? That's a little bit warmer than this.
Was your phthalo a straight on phthalo, or did you mix it already? Oh, and I wasn't looking.
Oh, this is straight on phthalo and
Okay.
alizarin.
Okay.
You were right, Viridian and alizarin. That's almost too green, so. That's on the green side, and this, it's on the green side too, so more alizarin. So I want to bring it down. Yeah, that's closer. It has a more better tone. All right. Let's leave that. Okay, I need a phthalo green.
Venetian.
Yes, there you go. Venetian or light oxide red, or Terra Rosa. There you go. Thank you. I'm going to keep these guys probably at close to full strength, so they're going to have to, that color's there. See, that's pretty close to it. Mixed with a little coolness to it, and just a touch cooler in this, and then with that, we'll pick up from that color. This red here, this is a little bit on the red side. Ooh, just a touch more green to it, not by much, because the green will, I'm trying to save it for the second mid-tone color without doing it. Maybe I can use it, tone it down. Maybe I can get it into some of these fish. I'm going to do one more green. But I'm going to start with transparent oxide or burnt sienna. And then I'm going to add the green to it, right?
Yes.
Because if I go too far, too fast, green will overpower this pretty easily.
And what were you putting the Terra Rosa in? Obviously green, but where are you thinking that's going?
In the middle.
Okay.
Just a little. We're talking now, it just needs to be cooled off right now. It's either, and so value-wise, just adding a touch white to it on the next mid-tone scale. I think we'll probably cool it off, and then I also wanted to mix with the alizarin coming up, alizarin green moving up to oxide and green to transparent oxide and green. So but the top half of this painting is going to be these colors. transparent oxide in green. And I just need a nice mix of both these guys there for this color. That's the kind of green I'm looking for. But at that value, maybe just a hair of white maybe into it for the final little thing. I think will work. I'm just going to just cheat it on the green side, just a hair more. Just feels just a touch yellow. That's where this one should be.
Which one? Okay, right. Okay,
Yeah,
so
transparent oxide should be right here, and this one probably could go just a hair greener. So it's just a hair of green, and that's why they go so quick. Oh, that's going to be too much. Oh, we're going to leave that one there then. Yeah, that one pretty close, and then this one just a hair more green. Cool it off, just a touch warm.
so this one on the left.
Yeah, this is on the phthalo green side. It's transparent oxide or burnt sienna for you if you're out of that color.
So we're kind of going for an olivey green.
An olivey green, you
Okay.
know, yeah. So it comes out to about there. Just on the green side of the mix. And then this one can be just on the brown side.
Brown side. Mhm.
And if we need to, we can always come back and put green into them. I'm still gonna go just a hair more green on the olivey side. There we go. There we go. Olive, but just a hair darker olive. There we go. See that will get in there. There's that when it's transparent. I can see this color right in here around these fish right in here.
Yeah.
So this color should tone down to all the transparent colors. So let's try that. I'm not going to do any more. I think that's it. I think I can see the red in the swirl right in here. The kind of oxide, transparent oxide red on the red side right in here. And the green up in here showing through. Yeah. That should work. That should work really nice. I think this is going to be really okay. Should work. All right. So split these piles. We're just going to add a little bit. I think we're going to begin for some of the stuff. I would say try to stay at 9. So we're just going to add just a little. We haven't gone to stay at 9 very much. But I'm thinking I would like to see what would happen. 8 would probably, might have to go to 8 on some of these colors, but I think naturally they might do that. So this should be interesting. So just a hair of white to get them, because right now they're at 10. So a little bit of white. Probably just not much more than that. And we're just talking a smidgen. There we go. So it is. For you guys, you probably can't even see too much of the difference.
Yeah, my ears look blue to me.
Yeah, when it looks blue to you like that, this blue, that means
Yeah.
you're in, phthalo. This is the phthalo green side. So this has more phthalo green than alizarin. So if that's the blue you're talking about, yeah, okay. The alizarin would not be the correct color I told you about doing earlier.
Oh,
So it would have been, if you wanted that color, yeah, it's more of a lot more Viridian or phthalo.
okay.
And if you wanted a light purple, I guess as a blue purple, I was thinking that would be on the alizarin side. So I'm just going to lighten this up just enough. Just a step. Still a hair dark. So it's just a little bit of pink white in there, adding it in. So it'll stay on the dark. Well, this is, we did one last week where we were on the light side, used a lot of white. Yeah, this will work out really nice. That's going to be pretty good right there. Well, these guys probably won't take quite as much because the red in it, it's just a warmer red. Just a hair more. There you go. The green starts to show just a hair there. And that's what I was seeing right in here.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's color can get in there. The red might be, that's the thing about this red. It's going to go a little green. When I add white to it too, the phthalo will jump up. So it won't be quite as red as it looks. Yeah. Still hair dark. There we go. What's that look? Yeah, sometimes this. I'm gonna go back in. Just a hair dark, just a hair light. I meant so darken it up just a hair more. Okay, these two I'm hoping are going to be my hero colors. Won't take much white. Make these guys move. Really pretty close already, and I just barely put any in. I'm gonna go past that. That's probably it. Oh, just a hair more, hair more.
Jim, you're gonna kill me, but you know what that looks like?
Uh-oh. What?
Come on. That top coat looks like sap green out of the tube.
This one? This is
Yeah. Not the one. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mixed what you said, and then I poured sap green next to it, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, they're pretty
okay.
close.
This mixing stuff's for the birds.
Yeah.
No, it's
You know.
not. But it's interesting
Yeah.
because
Oh, nice.
because
No, you
you
can't
know,
go back. You can't
yeah,
go back for that.
yeah, it's a nice transparent without mixing. It's the only one.
Yeah. This one, that would. Yeah, this is too. That one went too light right off the bat. That transparent oxide is not a strong. It's not a strong color, so it just went.
South.
Got to darken it up, back up, get at least that value. If you squint, you can see it's off. Steel from there we go. And we're closer to what I need. Yeah, okay.
Kind of brownie.
Yeah, a little brownie. We need a little brownie. So I'm gonna have to remix that color. I'm just gonna steal the green from that one a little bit. Start with it. No, I didn't do it.
Jim, I have an idea, maybe just to think about for the
Uh-oh.
next I know.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
you've been holding off on this one. You can
Well,
tell.
yeah, I kind of have.
Yeah.
In mixing colors,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't help for you to slow down because that doesn't work. But maybe at the end of that first row, you could take a couple of minutes, just a little bit of time, and kind of do a back and forth to see if people are matching what you've got. Because right now, one of my colors doesn't match it at all. And so I mean just an idea, it would help figure out how to mix colors properly so that they reflect, so you understand a little bit better. Oh, this needs more red. Oh, this needs more green. Oh, this needs more, that
Okay.
mixing stuff can be kind of confusing. So maybe a couple minutes on if yours is too blue, then add this, that kind of thing.
Well, Shelly, can you show? You want to show? You want to try
Um,
it? Put
I
you on the
got,
spot. Back on the spot.
no, what did you want me to do?
No, if you can just turn your video on and point it to your trouble spot on your palette.
Let me,
If it can work, I mean,
yeah,
see,
let me,
that's the whole thing. There's no such thing as a couple of minutes when this happens.
yeah, you're right. You're right on
It
that.
goes pretty quick. I mean, everybody has to be prepared to be able to, show their stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not, so I don't want to take too much of your time on that one.
See.
Yeah,
No, no,
but
no,
I
no,
still
no.
don't have blue on the far left hand. I still have green.
This one,
Yeah, that one.
you have it. It's still green.
Yeah.
Okay, then you just keep adding alizarin to it.
Okay.
Yeah. The alizarin will take the alizarin will take out the green a little bit and the blue in what phthalo do you have? You're using Viridian,
No,
right?
no,
What?
phthalo green, blue side.
Okay, then you
No, phthalo green.
okay, making sure because you mentioned Viridian before. If you're doing that, it might not work. I mean, it might not get that kind of blue green because you got to have the phthalo green on the blue side because basically the red is canceling out the green a little bit, and so the green, the blue's kind of showing through a little bit more, and that's the same over here where you get the alizarin side. The coolness of the alizarin is really making the blue of the
That's
phthalo
what
green
that
show
is.
up. So you got
Okay.
it.
I got it. Now I know what went wrong. I'm using phthalo green. It isn't phthalo green on the blue side. And this has
Yeah,
been happening all class long. That I need the blue
you
on the
do
blue
need the
side.
blue.
Okay.
So if you could just add blue to it then.
Yeah.
If you have to,
Yeah.
that will work too.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
There's a
Thank
lot.
you.
That's the thing about these colors. There's a lot of ways to get to them. Just get there.
Yeah. Okay.
So that even at that stage right there, that's enough to do almost all the water except for reflections. These guys are light enough that they are going to be able to do the job. Basically, we got to get fish out of here. We need a fish color, and basically, like the thing with koi, another thing with koi, of course, they're variety of colors. I mean, you got yellows, you got blues, you got the spectrum of colors, and so when you do photograph them and try to figure them out, it's hard not to paint the rainbow.
Got it.
In these guys. So this is a good, simple, clean, handsome way to look at these fish. I mean, because they're just simple oranges and reds, and they don't jump the spectrum there around. It's really tough to paint that stuff unless that's the way you're painting them. I mean, that's the way you paint. I like to have a little more color control all the way through. Okay, so let's say here, let's take a couple of these colors down. We're going to jump down to probably 3s and 4s now, just so we don't need much color taken from these piles. You can keep the main part, and because we're going to have a lot of white, probably double the amount of white to these pieces. And then we'll make some oranges. So not much. We'll double it up and see if we can, how close it comes. Might be more than double. Even that that's only gets me to 5. You can only gets me to a 5. So double it again. So it's 4 times as much white. Might be the key number. Gets me closer to 4. Didn't move it at all. Boy. Okay. I'm gonna leave that one. We go to the purple side. This is where I was going to try and get this area here. I got a little bit of green left on my knife, but so you can see it's close, just not probably on the. I'm going to add just a little red to it, alizarin to it. There we go. And then add some more white to the heighten it again. Okay. So I'm just a touch warm, closer on the screen though. So I'm bringing just a little phthalo green back into it, sweeten it up. It's really close. So when I went a little too far on the alizarin side, this is the way it goes, Shelly. Going back and forth with these 2 colors. That's pretty close right there. Just added a little more green to it, grayed out. I had the alizarin, probably didn't need to. Okay. These guys, the rest of these colors here are probably going to be fish colors. So I might not need to take these guys quite. I know I said to take them to 3s. Probably to 5, maybe might be a better spot. Hoping to get this color to do something. This is the oxide color. So we didn't use much white in the medium colors. But these higher key ones, you can see just a touch, just a little cool. Just misses the green value. Hits it a few spots down in here though. So not a total throwaway. Transparent oxide, phthalo green. Yeah, if you don't have that cool green, you're gonna, all these colors are gonna be messed up, aren't they? Yeah. So that's pretty close. Well, it's almost really, really close. We might need a couple value changes of this for the fish. And we might need to, like I said, just change it to reds and oranges. So I might, no, there you go. That it feels really, really quite good. That's the phthalo green transparent oxide. And that's going to nail probably most of that fish. These fishes. These 2 colors right here. Like I said, it works really well up there. But as the fish value, this value here is more closer to 4 or 5. That's for like the side of the fish. Okay. There is one more color I think I need. There is. There really is. And it's cad red and phthalo green. See how close that is to this color already? The cad red just lighten this green down. It's just going to give me one more variation when I do get down to this area. That's going to be interesting, I think. Going to get me closer to what I want. Leave one on the green side, one on this red side. Maybe that might even go just a touch more red.
That cad red light or medium?
Light. Sorry.
Okay, thanks.
Cad red light and phthalo green. And then I'm going to lighten these guys up again to 10 or 9. They are, might not take that much, but it just looks as this is what I was looking for. It looks different than everything else. Yeah, and this color could definitely help out. I'm going to push that a little bit more on the red side though, because that should be my red side. Up there. There we go. And that'll be the green side. See, I had that one spot open on my palette. I had to fill it in. Now you see how sweet that gets. Oh boy. Gotta put a little. Went a little too far with the red, adding it into here. So I'm gonna go back and these guys are supposed to be dark anyway. What am I talking about? I kind of just shooting down there, so I'm gonna darken these all up anyways. I'm gonna leave that there. So you can see it's totally different than the rest of these colors. So it is good, has a good spot in the you know, and on the palette. It's not a wasted spot. It is a touch cool. It's cooler than that, and cooler than that. But when you go to the red side, this is cooler than that, but warmer than that. And then might be touch light. There we go. And then I'm gonna just bring it here down in here. Because I was looking at these two colors, definitely a lot of fish values, but just these are just too cool. That one needs, so just one more. I'll help balance the palette out and to, I mean, you know, just there are not many fish, but sometimes you just want, they got to have some color separation. And even in the fins, I can see some coolness, warmness to them. That not just, this is just not going to do all of it. That one, see, that one's the gray side, really gray. Just a little more red to that, even this side. There we go. Now I'm going to take these eyes up. Values to again. Ooh. There we go. Yeah. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Now we're going to go on to the fish. I mean, the specialty colors, the oranges and the reds. Now you got to kind of think about that these, yeah, the red and the orange, and they do have a lot of pureness to them. So we're going to have definitely start off we'll start off one with orange and one with cad red. Let's see. I'm thinking I might try a mix of these two together and get an in between. And if you could do this with yellow too, cad yellow might work well with this. Put cad yellow down in here and then do a mix of orange and cad yellow to get that, just that little brightness that's more intense. This works pretty well for this little sides here that are rich.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't go everywhere. If you put it everywhere, the painting will flatten
Sorry,
out.
what is it? Cad red and orange or alizarin and cad red?
This is cad orange, cad red, mix of both.
Right, okay.
Put out cad yellow and did a mix of cad orange,
And cad yellow.
cad yellow. I'm also going to need just a little bit darker red than that. I can't just go with that. I'm going to go with alizarin and cad yellow. I'm not going to lighten these guys up either. I'm just going to go with these guys kind of full strength. This would be my darker red orange I can use for back in here in the shadow areas and things like that. And then just use these guys to lighten it up. I'm not sure if I'll be using pure cad red here. But I'm also going to take and just take and lighten these guys a hair. All the piles just a hair. With white, probably less than half and half, probably 3/4 color. Well, that's almost half and half. Let's see. Almost half and half will do it. Don't want it to go. You want it to change a little bit, but you don't want to be too crazy. And this will give us enough spots to work with.
Pretty close.
Are you close?
No, I mean the color, the subtlety between these colors, they're fairly close.
Very close. Very close. Yeah. The difference between this fish and the fish is only a couple inches color change. And it could be, we are also going to have these colors. Also, we're going to get probably a lot of these colors mixed in from the water, coming in too. So that one's just dead. I got to put some red into it, or it needs to be warmed up. I got to get this fish shadow color. Okay. I think that will do it. Well, I think it's going to do it. But one of the things is we need the fish color. I mean, we don't have the lights yet. I mean, we got the basic tones, but we don't. These guys aren't white enough. So I'm going to take these last warm ones here. I made up. That's not even warm anymore, but it'll be a cool one. Be good to have, and take these guys up to that value. It should be about 3, so it's like at least double the white. So we'll have these guys and we'll have these guys playing off themselves. So I'll have a warm, see how this green at this color, you know, the brown kind of, or the thing started showing through. That's pretty close. This one should nail it. The brown, red side, transparent oxide, and green. This should nail the fish. I'm really close to nailing the fish. Yes. So that's phthalo green, transparent oxide with a lot of white. Fades all the way down. And then it hits it right around there. And then it's just to shift it. You just need to shift it a little bit. If you needed red, you needed green. And then I'm hoping this color, so I put more cad red in it down in here. We'll get into the opposite side. Maybe I can get on the cooler side. Maybe keep, like I was talking about at the beginning about the fish. You know, this one being yellow, so it could be on that side, and this one being red, cooler, being on that side. I just got to get these two values really closer together just by adding white, and we are there. Okay. I'll go over the palette again real quick. Sorry it took so long. I don't think it's, yeah, let's not say anything. Alizarin and phthalo green we started with. This is the green side. This is the alizarin side coming down. Cooled off pretty nice. I think this one probably has just a touch too much phthalo in it. When it gets down in here, I need it just on the bluer side, just a gray out a little bit more. So I'm putting a little bit of alizarin into it to tone it out. There we go. And you can see the blue gray show up here. And it's different than that, but it just needs now enough white to get, because I'm going to use this basically, these two colors for the light in the ripples down in here. They should work out really well. If I think they need more blue, I'll add a little blue to them. But that's about it. That's all you got to do. Phthalo, the green, and oxide red are regular colors, right? Green side, red side coming down. They grade out pretty nice. I'll probably I'm hoping, I can use these guys in the fish a little bit more. I'm looking at maybe if doing a mix, if I can gray it out maybe enough that I can get it into some of these back areas of these fish. Sometimes it's just nice to have all these things. These are the killer colors for the painting. I'm thinking they are. These are transparent oxide and phthalo green. More transparent oxide. It's a lot of transparent oxide, not as much green because you won't get these colors. So watch your green. But we got very rich colors coming out. Over here, I thought, hedging my bet a little bit, phthalo green and a cad red. These guys are, as you can look duller and everything too, just because they are opaque. And the red is opaque, so it just pulls it down a little bit darker. So it just needed a little bit more color to get the red pop out on that side. Looked okay up there. It still has a lot of richness. And hopefully I can use that color. That's one to kind of remember too. But coming down, I did have to add a little more alizarin in this color. That one I'm not sure how much I'm going to use, but when it grays out down here with white, I took these last four here, the warmer side here of color, greens and reds, and brought them down in here and added a ton of white to them. To get them to about very high, almost two, closer to three colors, values. These are going to be fish, basically edges of the fish, and should work. Over here, we just took cad red, cad orange, and cad yellow, and mixed in between the two. And well, this one I did alizarin and cad yellow, and then brought them down a little bit and had just a touch of white to them. Kept it just since the fish are close, they're not that big, and the colors shouldn't change a lot between area. So we just had to add just a little bit of white. But it still has to have a lot of strength because it's going to have to battle some of these colors because it's going in at the end. All right, speaking of the end, let's get going on our last painting of the session here. Sorry about the colors there. They just take a while to make. All right, that's still up. But I think this is going to be a fun one. I would, if I would be leaning on being more loose and swirly with this one, with the design. Let the water and everything kind of hold the fish in place. So the curls of the fish would be really good to have, important to focus on, even in the design area when we're starting here, really designing the painting out, making sure that they do have a nice swirl edge together. Going to do transparent oxide here. I'm staying on the warm side. So I'm going to even cheat this thing a little bit at the beginning, hopefully to get some things happen. I'm going to take, and feed it strong in the top of the painting and a little lighter where the highlight is, because I don't want to. I know that's going to be purple. It needs a cool avenue there. So if I use too much of this warm red here in that area, it'd be hard to get the coolness to pop for a while. I mean, without doing a ton of color, but I do need it like that in that area. I just need to take it easier. Okay, so here we go. Then you rub it in there a little bit. And this will help with the fish too. This tone will help us get a long ways, even if we don't get all of it, all the fish painted and everything. This should help. And next time, make sure you have it on the blue side. Phthalo green on the blue side.
Buy a new tube.
Oh, that'll just buy some phthalo blue. Phthalo blue and add it to it every time, as your main pile.
I have them rubber banded together to remind me, but I forgot. Okay.
You get up early over back there. That's why. I give you credit for showing 7 o'clock in the morning and you're here painting with us.
Thank you.
No. There we go. Simplify. So yeah, like I said down in here, even take it a little easy with the. This is I'm planning on this color getting in here a lot too. Transferring these colors over. Really finding a place for this guy. These are big ones. he's just going to go over half. I just want him over half the painting. So if nothing else, you know, that tension I was talking about trying to get right in here with the two fish, you know, pushing this fish past the halfway point would do it too. Probably is a better answer than just pushing them together. I just, you know, sometimes you just got to do it and you start, you know, thinking about it and going, yeah, there's always this thing about them being in the middle. So if I push this guy over a little bit and got the yin and the yang almost going on here, huh? Just getting it. He's a little fat. I'm going to take it off this side. This guy's probably the same. I did push him over. Let's take that color off. But as you can see, this color pretty good, especially in the oranges. This oxide will be really helpful when we do the orange sides of these fishes. You know, for shadows and things. It just will help make the shadows side here easier to do and quicker because it's such a nice tone for that. Okay, and then we have this fish here. Like I said, overlap. If you can get a little bit of more overlap here and there.
Jim,
You
what are
know.
you going to do? Because you put those fish so close together. What are you going to do for those fins that are in the middle?
Oh, well, they're going to tighten it up there a little bit. Okay, this guy I might push back a little bit.
Yeah, I had to do exactly that. So I thought,
Yeah, I might, you know, I'll push it back, but just at maybe more of an angle,
yeah.
you know. But thanks for listening to me. You know, I do. You guys are following me down this rabbit hole again. Just trying to make these little things here just help make the photo better. I mean, it's not, these photos are never meant to be, you know, the end all. You know, they're just a really good beginning for us, you know, to get us all on the same page. I think that they you know, they work really well by themselves, but doesn't mean they can't be made better. So yeah, just tightening up a little bit, finding how much I can tighten up and how much I don't. But I still like the little stuff right here in between the fish in the water. So that'll be fun. I'll try to make sure I get that part done, you know, the water part done. I don't think even the colors we have will really, this is almost a good color for the fish already. So I'm thinking even maybe these guys back here will, you know, we'll be able to get a lot less. We won't have to work too hard on this section. I think they could be close. Also here too, we got a couple fins here overlapping. I have that other fish right in here, but I'm not going to put them in. I might even drop this guy down. Oh, he should be down anyway. Drop him down a half inch. That's more almost an inch. This one still has a nice one coming out. And then I can fill this guy in here. And then thinking about where the water section is. You can close, getting close right in here. You're gonna have a little that circle. The ovals in the water, you know, for those guys, they don't have to be perfect. Okay, I don't want a perfect oval. Ovals are being bounced against by other ovals in the water, arcs and stuff hitting it from other spots, so they look like they are nice, beautiful ovals in these splashes, these dry areas, but they're not. They aren't. They are really enough. You just got to be close.
Jim, are you gonna put in, there's another mystery fish, on the top left, or just do fins in there?
Up
Yeah,
here.
no,
Yeah.
top left, your other left.
Oh, my other left. Yeah, there is. I haven't drawn him in yet. He's right here. He has just a little bit of red right there.
So you're
This
gonna
guy?
put him in. Okay.
Yeah, that part of him I'll put in because I think he is very subtle. He's like one of the colors I was talking. There is another fish right in here too. Uh, maybe not. No. That's okay. You got a lot of really transparent overlaps of fins because these koi are those ones that have a lot of uh, you know, things flying on them on their fins here. I'm not sure what kind of koi they are, but they're a little bit different than the other ones. But yeah, I'm gonna put this guy in here, close kind of thing in here, because he kind of helps push this guy over a little bit, you know. And he's gonna be subtle too. He's not red like this guy. This guy's red. That guy has just a little bit of red face. It'll help push it around too. This guy has just a little bit of red in him too. I'm just gonna change his head a little bit so we have a little arc. Maybe not quite as tight as I was drawing, and maybe just a hair looser, but still just the flow, you know. Man, I always say just take things off center too, so you don't want even this fin on its back being splitting the fish perfectly. You just want it on one side or the other, just a hair more. This fin here, and then there's a fin here. Okay. Lots of fins, these guys. Okay. I'm going to use the oxide red here a little bit to give me a little shape on this fish as that even at this point might be you're saying a good solution to it's in there. It's definitely in these guys, so I'm just going to build that up a little bit more. Maybe I can, maybe I'll get lucky and have less painting to do in here. Okay, I'm going to tone this guy back down. All right. We'll see how that goes. Just a little fat right there. But just as long as these guys are opened up a little bit. Not too pointy. Soften the point up here. Yeah, a little more pointy in the middle, closer to the middle. They do have whiskers, you know, these little things that come out too at the end. Um, so there's always a lot of, that's the kind of fun thing about painting these guys is that there's a lot to, you know, fun things on them to paint. At least if loosey goosey wise, you don't have, you know, so you can be a little loose on this thing. But anyway, like I said, just pick up that top part. Okay. Now, good. We're staying. We're there. A lot of things, especially when you're doing this paint kind of this painting, make sure you don't have too many sharp edges or things near the edge of your painting. So you have, you know, you're pointing back into the painting. It just starts to move. Starts to move. And if you need to take this guy up just a hair higher, you know, we'll catch them all. That'll be fun. I think a lot of beauty is going to come right in here when that. I lied. Okay, alizarin and phthalo green. I'm going to start that out just to get our very dark darks in this bottom of this water. One of the things I find out if I get that dark in there and I put that light on top of it just right, and don't play with it too much, don't play with your food too much, it'll be look really close to that without hardly any work.
One quick question on putting on those darks.
Mhm.
Are you wanting them to be like shadows and to be thin, or are you doing a regular?
Yeah, I'm gonna start. They're gonna go in a little heavy. Let me check. Uh, I do want them to go in a little heavy, but then I'm gonna thin them out as I come up top. I want to pull them out just enough that I can see the green in here, and that might be really close to what I need.
Oh, it's
This
pretty.
might not even.
Which pile is that, Jim?
This is a phthalo green and alizarin,
Or which pile?
the very first one.
Thank you.
Very first, no white. So I'm putting that green, and as you can see, it's pretty strong. Even with just brushing it out, takes it to 9. So, and I just want to bring it up into about almost to the middle of the painting. But I'm going to keep the darkness closer to the bottom. And then I want to just bring it up, just let it soften a little bit against this, the big ripple over here between the fish right in here. Definitely you want to put it in pretty strong right at the hip or right there. I mean, where it's going to flip and stuff. You need a few darks going back in here to start to make these ripples and stuff. Just these ovals. Okay. And then over here too. Oval and just arcs above it. They just have to be sort of repetitive with the basic oval. You just got to be a little bigger, longer. Okay. Gonna take it over here. The beauty part is if you can get that oval, the ovals on the over things. And that's just a shift of color. Just keep that oval going around, connecting the oval, basically, it all it is. All right, so that was the alizarin, or phthalo green and alizarin. On the green side, the alizarin side, I'm going to come back. That's just a hair darker than the green, and it's going to look more like black, closer to your black. And that is being cooler and all, and red though. It's going to sink this green, so I can start to see green in here, but this purple on top of that green will create depth. As long as I don't just repaint everything that's there, I still got the green showing through. I just got to basically watch my strokes so I don't have too many strokes, so it seems clean. I might look at also. So that was one of the main spots, maybe right in here, in that one arc, outside arc of that one. Just a little darker, but there's just one main arc that kind of follows through. Doesn't connect, but just comes through there. And then there's a secondary one right above, kind of connects with that one, but we don't make the whole connection. So right there. That was again with the red. I might even keep that on the side here a little bit too. I mean, I said red. I mean, alizarin mix. Being
Too
transparent.
late, I just ruined the whole painting. Too late.
You got all day to fix it. You ruined your painting. Why? What did I do?
You told me a different color. Too late. It's
Oh.
all right. I'll fix it. I got it.
Yeah. See, if this was watercolor, yeah, I would have screwed you guys up so badly so long ago. But being oils, we could still, there's always that chance of fixing it. We could figure it out. Okay, so taking this one up just a little bit higher. All right, that's our. I'm going to look at that phthalo green a little bit more into the top fishes too. At least these transparent ones up here, that coolness into them. I'm going to just paint them a little bit of phthalo green, light. Okay. And even think about the fins. I don't even know why I do this. I do this because I kind of see it, and it's just almost more of a reminder of what I got to do, put in here. And if I figure if I put it in there, I have to do it. Like even softening. This is a fish here, even though it doesn't look like a much, but just that little bit of phthalo. It's also mixing with transparent oxide. And that is probably, I think, our main color that's going to really finish the water off.
Are we still on the first two colors?
Not you. I know you're not. I am moving on to the third color.
Okay, so it's the Venetian and green up at the top?
Yeah, up here, this is on the green side.
Okay.
On these guys, thinned out with oil though, not full strength. Yeah, and you might even, start to put it in the body of that guy.
So slow. Thanks.
Okay. If we get that in there, sometimes you just, working getting the full use of your paints, of making sure you use all the transparencies you could while you can, because this is probably one of the main places to get transparencies put in is at the beginning. I think that's going to work out really nice. All right, first two colors are done. Pushed them pretty good. Try to get, everything we could in there. I probably could have took it up to this secondary fish, probably almost value-wise. I probably could have cheated it up a little higher on this side. Okay, I didn't do that. Now we're going to go to our next color. Is oxide red, phthalo green, light oxide red, and phthalo green. Green
Number
side,
four? Number four?
number three yet.
Number three.
Number
Gotcha.
three.
Okay.
It's on the green side. It depends on how you laid it out. If you
Yeah.
started putting got red into it, if it turned red or not. But this is on the green side.
Okay.
This should take me almost all the way up. This is going to take me 3/4, at least up to 1/4 of the painting, I think. This color. I'm going to start with a full color, probably in the middle here, and then just work it down into the cooler phthalo side. Stroke it down. This is that light oxide red we use is just a little opaque. It's a little bit more opaque than the other colors, so it will give you a cleaner line, or this color will stroke. You can stroke it pretty clean, so you don't get a lot of strokes showing through, and it will be a little more, like I said, opaque. So it should work out pretty good. You don't need to touch more white. Now, what I'm trying to do too is use the canvas white in this guy a lot. Think about overpainting the fins. You don't want them too perfect. So
Can I ask another question about the fins?
sure.
On the top left one is they're underwater. They're kind of peach.
That area?
The one below it. Yeah,
Down
that
here.
one.
Down.
Now you've got dark over those.
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand better the illusion of being underwater with the dark and the light.
Yeah. That's why I took it. I've only taken the dark up about halfway onto the fin.
Okay.
So there's still half. So the top half of the fin that connects to the fish up here, I left clean.
Okay.
The other half right here, I plan to stroke it that way. So I'm hoping that what I'm thinking about is that the color is it's gonna be opaque, and it should come through here and just blend with that color. And all I have to do is do one piece of that, do the main thing, and then just be able to pull out 3 little pieces of that fin. And the same down in here. It's really just that side of the edge here that has any light on it. Everything else goes into the water. So if you get the water close to it and you're thinking about, that's just really thinking about where you're going with your paint before you get there, making sure that it's going to blend. So putting it halfway up to the thing, even though it says stop here, we know we're going to get a better blend, and it will work a lot better.
Okay.
And it just gets more interesting too.
Yeah.
So
I have a question. I thought about painting through.
What are you
Well,
painting?
it's hard for me to paint through the fins. I thought about wiping it out with a wipeout.
You could also do that too. I mean,
okay.
and just don't wipe it all out. Just really, yeah, you can wipe it out to certain places, but you know, it's really it's a lot better to have the brush do the work at the end and create the flicks at the very end, so you're not forced to follow something too much. You have a sort of a guide, but you don't have a total guide.
Okay.
So you're still going to have some room to play. And let the looseness go. Okay, there we go. That's the phthalo green side. Boy, this is going to be pretty nice. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't have to, but move this guy over a little bit. See, so that's the guy. This guy already starts to work, even with just a slight tone on him. I'm going to take this. This is the phthalo green and red, and I'm just going to take it up a little bit into here, but that's about it. And then I'm going to try to get the oxide, transparent oxide now. Move on to our fourth and fifth color. Well, let me see the red here first. Before I go there, this is the red side of that oxide, transparent or regular oxide and phthalo green. One of the things I've always found, if I can get a little bit of red into this water, not blood red, but warmth from red and stuff into these things, it really makes my greens shine. So that's what I'm looking at right now. This is the oxide red and phthalo green on the oxide side. So it just has a little bit of warmth to it. And I was thinking maybe right in here between the two a little bit, the darks, there's a couple of ripples in here. They could be more on the warmer red side and being up on the painting and stuff up here really add some interest. It's one of those things you got to see up close, so it probably doesn't show here. So, okay, let's go to the transparent oxide side. Just got to believe me, folks. Green mostly. So this is going to be mostly on the green side. Just a touch of oil in my brush to keep it.
Which file?
This is one of the last one. This is the fifth one over. Transparent oxide and phthalo green. This is going to be on the green side.
Gotcha.
Mostly on the green side. It should do this. It's very warm. I can get this in pretty much this whole top. And just letting a little bit of that, the transparency of this color show through will help, really help the water have some, a nice sheen to it without overpainting it. And a lot of times this will take the place of a lot of that little stuff that's in the water. You don't have to paint that. You can almost give the idea just by some strokes being a little messy up here and letting that green pop through a little bit. And shit, we haven't even done the opaque colors on these things, so I'm just gonna quit playing and get this over here. I'm gonna go a little more on the red side. This is that red fish, which I just wiped out.
Huh?
I wiped out my red fish. That's how badly I drew it. But just having it, a green side, red side, warm side in this little section really makes the water just move a little instead of being too much the same color all over. That's why I always kind of put the two colors together, but I try to keep them just a little separated too. Okay. We'll bring it down a little bit into here, into this fish, cleaning up the edges. Okay. So that should take care of a lot of stuff. Like I said, I think I can just wipe it out. Fish out here. Check out here. Fish. See if that works. Yeah. You needed to come back and wipe things out. Just as simple as that will help. It's really close to the right color. Okay. So this guy got a little more girth on him, a little bit. He's a little bit fatter than the other one, so he's not so perfect. All right. I do have this. All right, we did make up this is Cad Red and Phthalo Green, which were our last colors. I think I'm not gonna go too much farther with them. It's just not gonna. I might put it around the fish here, but don't think it needs to go too much more. I'm just gonna leave it. All right. So I'm just going to go through. I don't think the midtones are going to be a huge, because most of them are in the water. Are in this water. That water is pretty good as it is. That's and it's there's a lot of good movement in it. But I think just go back in, and I'm just going to go with the light oxide red and phthalo green versions. I'm not going to do the first two purples yet. I'm going to do the warms. These are be from the third pile over.
Okay.
Third and fourth pile over.
Okay.
And I'd probably be closer to doing stuff in the middle of the painting than outsides. So I'm going to be looking in here. Now, boy, that didn't do anything. We're talking, wow. Yeah, we you might, yeah. Doesn't do a whole lot. Might have made it just a hair dark. The red works really well though. So maybe it was just same color going over the same color with just not much left in there. So yeah, you can't see this. This is gonna be it's way too subtle, just like almost the white rabbit. Very subtle. Yeah. I think even when I bring it in and stuff, it probably not going to show you a lot. Sorry. Just the way these colors go at this point, especially when they're this dark. let me put, okay, let's stop there with these two colors. Let's try let's go to the warmer, go all the way over. Yeah, okay, there we go. This is a transparent oxide. The colors I was saying was going to be pretty much it for the painting. I could see these colors in here. This is the green side. This is transparent oxide green with just a hair white. And that will just soften all these fishes down on the edges. I would take this color definitely into the fish
No, okay.
on the outsides here a little bit, just to get the roundness shape. Start to create the chiaroscuro roundness, the shape. I was going to go right to do this thing. I was going to start to work on that for you because I think that's going to bring a lot of life to the painting. But for me, it's just a little too soon to be defining anything that major in the painting. But yeah, okay. So this is on the green side. Definitely, I can see it now. It's very subtle, but it's really up here on the fish going out, almost like feels like bubbles, like the bubbles from the fish kind of just bubbling off him. Might just lighten it a hair. Let's see if I grab a little bit of the fish color, lighten it up just a hair more. Not much more, not much better. Well, yeah, you definitely can start to get some things happening. Okay. Let's see. Got that there. Let me just tone this guy down a little bit more. Think about this one big fin, the big beautiful fin here that comes out, and its counterpart underneath. Give it a little tone. You're gonna have to go lighter, but this is pretty much, you could paint the shape of these fins back in here with this. This is that transparent oxide and phthalo green with white in it. Think about the girth of this guy too a little bit. So that's just the green side. I'm going to go to the red side. This is even a little lighter, it feels, just because of the warmth in it. That red penetrates too. So when you get into these fins, this bottom fin in here, finding the underneath one, maybe really just a touch more red into it. Up here, tough to things like this. I put it in green, but it just needs to be red. Girth of this guy, just a touch more red in the tip of that guy's head. Okay, about ready to keep moving. It's get a little darker on this guy's head a little bit.
Darker with,
Oxide red and transparent oxide red and phthalo green. It was just right in here. It was just thinned out a little bit with oil. Just keeping the things, just trying to get the roundness of the head here. So just a little bit of darkness on the sides of the head. And I'll gradate out to oranges and the other stuff. Oranges and the white of the fish. I could cheat that over too. I'm going to cheat that up a little bit farther now because it's just. I said this guy's going to be the yellow one. He's going to be the pink. Have a little more green in him. So yeah, at least feel that way. Yin yang fish. Yin yang koi. And working on. See, you got to work on names for your paintings as you go. You know, sometimes they just come out. You know. All right. Got a little bit of shading done. Some fun things going on with these fish. All right. I'm going to go back now and do the first two colors again, phthalo green and purple, alizarin. I'm just going to clean my brush out a little bit here. A little bit too much warmth on it. Now I'm going to start in the corner there, the left corner there, and start to put in the ripple. I don't want to get to the highlights yet too soon, but I want to start to get some of this stuff in. I like putting it in with a big brush. Sometimes, let me try it first. This might have to lighten this color up. I'm going to put it in one of some of the darker patches areas. Yeah, it's not gonna. Okay. If I put it in there, it needs to go lighter. It needs to go 1 degree lighter. So it's not at 9. It's probably closer to 8 or 7. Both these colors. Let's see if that works. I just don't want to jump too far yet. Yeah, that feels good. I'm doing the in-between colors in here, breaking it down into purples and then really lights. And then there'd probably be might be like a highlight yet that comes out of this area. But this, like I said, is probably close to 8 or 7. And this is on the alizarin side. So it has a little bit more gray blue, purplish tone to it. Okay, so I was looking for spots in here. Okay. Now, when I get around these ripples, there's like 2 big ripples here. Right in here between the 2 fish. They are triangles, basically. There's a couple highlights that are just triangles of light. And one clean one right in here, right there, and one below it. So I'm just going to try and just put my corner of my brush down and mimic that triangle. You know, and then the one underneath it. Really pretty close. Might be like a, I think I'm just still a value off. Just not glowing enough. There you go. And then you see them here. So it's just a little teeny flick of color coming in when you get to these outsides. That should be about it for that area. That shouldn't, doesn't need, not going to get a ton more of anything. So this color went up value wise. It did. I added more white to it. It's closer to a 5 than anything else. This 5 was going to go everywhere else. I mean, I should be able to just take my brush. I'm going to put just a touch of oil on it, just a hair of oil, and grab my color. A little loose goosey here. But I'm hoping to do this spot here, right by its head, just by putting my brush down and squishing it a little bit. You know, squishing it, pulling it out, adding a little things to it. And just seeing how it comes out of there. And just trying to make it keep it turning, keep the design turning, you know. So it doesn't just go straight, it just starts to turn and rotate back into the painting. Little highlights. So that's how you do these highlights here. That one's pretty good. I like this. And being exact is basically impossible without spending months on this painting. You know, to do water and stuff. It's always, you know, get the big stuff, let the brush create this little stuff, because they will do it on its own if you're using too big a brush. And that's what you want to do. You want to use a brush that's too big for the job. And let it do all the little stuff, like this stuff down in here. You know, I know right in here, it's perfect. I mean, there's nothing there. And this one, if I just open up, lay the brush flat, just let it do some things, create some textures, it'll feel really unique and close to what we got, what we need. So a lot of this water is going to be done. Look for big flicks with the brush, and then next to it, little teeny flicks. Don't. That was too close to this one. No, these guys. Okay, different spot. Give everything room to grow. Now, like I was saying up here, highlights. They kind of pull these two fish together. Even though I don't have them painted yet, I'm going to look for like an in-between, like where I got a light and a dark together, and then put this right on in between them. Line right. Just separate them out. Okay, so I can't do any more except for this one. Arc it back in, arc it back in. I'm going to take my knife now and think about, see, I'm trying to scrape it out right here. Just see if a scrape will do anything. with that up there. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Not really moving. That means the paint was put on pretty heavy. Again, I'm going to use purple, phthalo green, and alizarin together on the red alizarin side. I'm just going to lay my knife in here and just twist it around. See if I can get any, just a little, let the paint come off it a little bit. And get a good smear. That one works. You know, there's two little ones. Didn't do anything. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Just a subtle color. Okay. You can look at it over there too. I'm gonna do a little bit of this purple too. This is it. Still at 9. You know, sometimes when you, like I say, you put it in with a palette knife, color in with a palette knife, it'll go in, the darks will go on just a little lighter because of the amount of paint usually you're using. Okay. Down in here though, where it is, doesn't have too much, we're back in here, I have just a little bit of opaque paint up in there. And so it didn't really move the paint down. But down here, really, the knife just makes it, you could see it mixing, doing some damage, you know, that there is little scratches you're getting that you wouldn't get. So I like that. That's texture. And then breaking this stuff up a little bit so I don't have too much of a line, and just nibbling at everything a little bit. Okay. And we'll go in with the light. Then I'll go to a little bit smaller brush. I'll go to I'm going to stay with the synthetic though and put in the light section. I'm going to go with the phthalo. I'm going on the green side. So I put this stuff in on the purple side now. I'm going to go on the green side for the final. Well, not the final. I'm going to have to bring back a couple darks into this, but this arcs, finishing the arcs back up in here a little bit. Stuff this on the green side. This is pretty good. Over here, this is really a very interesting translucent area right here happening. Okay, I'm not going to go. I can't go any farther there. So this interesting. So this is just some of the highlights. Pretty much what I've kind of end up leaving on these things.
Hmm.
And I just kind of I'm just painting shapes basically. That's all I gotta do. Might go just a hair lighter. One of these guys. Ooh, close, close, close. That was close. Clean brush would work better. There we go. Yeah. I think we'll just put a few highlights in here will be good. And we'll paint the fish.
I'm too tired to paint a fish.
This tired you out that part?
I'm exhausted. Okay.
Exhausted. Come on, come on.
You know what's really fun is to
What?
be looking at your painting and seeing all of those little pieces pulled together to show movement. I mean, it's really when you're just doing a dab here and a dab there, you can't really back up and see it. But I'm seeing that movement. It's really lovely.
Yeah, I just it's one of those things I've always just pounded in your hit my head is this uh you know, trying to keep the painting moving. And by that it just really just
Yeah.
does a lot of this stuff on its own.
It is beautiful. Hey, I was wondering, I'm a little behind,
How
and
can you be behind?
did I paint all of the water first and then paint the fish, or can I just go ahead and jump in and paint the fish with you right now? Because I'm
You don't have this much
behind on the
time?
ripples.
Did you die on the ripples?
I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's-
No. I would say, yeah, you're fine. We definitely they are separate. If you have tone in these guys, yeah, we can do it.
That's a good question because I want to add to it. Is this easier to paint the ripples when it's wet on wet, or if you let it dry, is it going to be a lot harder?
It's gonna be a lot harder.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to get these things in like this. That way you can manipulate them and just soften the edges, create a better, I mean, you don't have to be perfect arcs. They're not going to be perfect, but as as the best you could do eyeballing it, making these things like a kind of a nice oval and stuff. It's nicer to do it at this point because you're going to get a lot of the edge softness. That's going to be more
Yeah.
natural feeling without doing going back in and because you're going to have to create other colors to get that softness. This way, you don't have to do that. It's already made for you. You just have to touch it and then just come back and just smear it a little bit. Just do a little smearing. He does it. That spot has to be darker. There are a few things are like I said, just come back in and define these little teeny little spots that need to be darker, and that's it. Close enough for government work again. So, okay. Fish. We are going to be going to our last values here, the tighter, higher ones now. I did put in a lot of tone in these guys. Right. A little soft tone, overpainting and stuff. It's always good because a lot of that stuff, you just need it to get the in-betweens, so you don't have to mix every color. You're going to get a lot of mixing on the canvas. So I'm just going to soften this guy up a little bit. Okay, like I said, let's start with this guy. Get the cleanest spots. I'm going to just go drop down to, like I said, I'm going to keep him on the yellow side. And the other guy's going to go a little bit more on the red. And that could be just because of the orange and the red, in the fish. So I'm going to drop down to this. What value is this? This is kind of a taupe. It is, wow, it's really a 4. It's a 4. So it's not even the latest week. Yeah, we got one more step after this. And then I can just start to separate out these guys a little bit. I'm going to start here on this guy just to pull in these darks and soften the edges and work towards the light. If I work that way, I get a nice easy gradation. And then when I'm going to do a little bit more on the bottom side, the back side here too of the fish, but I'm not going to take it up as high because that's really where the highlight is. Really remembering your light source and where that's going to go. Now that my brush is just a little dirty, I can take care of this guy back in here a little bit, bring this fish back out. And just work your fish all at the same time. Even back in here, we can get the back fin with this color. I'm going to stay up top. Doing the top part of that fin. I think underneath goes a little darker, warmer. Maybe a touch of orange in it. Right in here, just this section here coming off. So I put just a touch of cat orange into the color. Yeah, you probably should. Okay. I'll use that on this guy a little bit too, this side. Warm up that side. So right in here, got one a little cool. So I'm just, that's what I was talking about, adding just a little cat orange. This might even have a little yellow in it, into that color. Right in there a little bit. Just got a little cool. This guy too. All right. Good guy's head might be this color. And then just start to soften edges, keep edges soft. Especially on the outsides with these colors, because that'll just save you, from going all the way back in. And just like I was showing with that rabbit's eye, a little bit, your softening of edges have to be pretty strong. You can get away with it a little look, being tight there, but in painting, edges kill. So even this one, it's going to be way too strong. This side is okay because it's going against that one maybe, but it's still soft. And it's going against light too, so. These guys here, definitely, no, they don't get much love at all. They're pretty much done. I kind of like the roughness of that one. Okay. He just really just got to probably have to come back and just put his fin in a little bit. And then I'm also just going to mark just a little bit of spot here for this fin here where it connects. It really connects a little higher on this fish. That's that taupe, that phthalo green and transparent oxide again on the transparent oxide, all the way down to about a 4. And then this has just a little bit of, like I said, orange added to it now. Because it was just sitting there just a hair too much. It was going to get orange in it anyway, but let's get going. Okay, before I'm going to go to the orange first. I'm going to start my bright colors. And then I'll come back and do my highlights. Or my lighter fish areas. So let's start with this guy. Here's the main stuff. Kind of hesitant about going just with straight cad orange and stuff. I'm gonna go with a little warm. Let me see if this works. See how that glows? You don't even have to be perfect with these markings. It's not like this is a pet, it's not like you know, anybody knows this fish, but you know, ganging it up. I mean, they're all so unique, you know. It's funny. Somebody was telling me about this koi being like over $100 a piece, you know, and they had them out in an outside pond, you know, and here comes an egret, sits on top, right on top, and starts picking out these $100 fishes, left and right, you know, and eating them right in front of him. He was having a smorgasbord of, oh, that's an expensive dinner.
We used to have, the neighborhood had a fad of having ponds many years ago, and they filled them with koi. And we'd have rampaging raccoons. So
Oh.
the whole pack would come in at night and they'd just decimate the pond and then they'd move on.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They just kill them, but they would
Just,
and not eat them, right? That's the thing.
I think they ate them.
They ate some
But
of them,
they
but they
were,
just killed them all.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was, and you're right, very, very expensive fish.
yeah, 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 and yeah. I am moving on to some spots here. Yeah, you get that are more on the red side, the cad side,
Yeah.
and towards his tip of his nose here. There's a little bit more red, and there are a few spots in here. But you know, that's about it. You know, just orange on this side, things like that. Maybe a little more yellow orange on this guy back in here. Even more yellow than this. Maybe we'll go to the really yellow side. But see, if I would have had smart enough, if I stop now, I'll be okay. You know, just the way those guys went in. I could tell it's wrong. Just because I needed the light in there first underneath, and then I'll put these guys on top. And with a synthetic like this, they're just going to push the white away a little bit before they mix, and I would have went laid in there perfectly. So I'm going to come back and see about painting this area with the white and get my highlights in. And even when I put this in like this, I can tell, you know, it's not yellow enough. That is on the taupe side. I might have to add yellow and white to it. And get some white out. Might have to lighten that up a little bit more. Let's see if this color works better. This is mostly basically a cad yellow and white, almost. It's that one more. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, cad yellow and white mixed in with that taupe and stuff a little bit. That's okay. That coolness there might be perfect for up in that area though. You know, it's nice to, even though you make a mistake like this, look where else it could go. So that's pretty good. That's going to go in a lot better now. I'm not even using oil. I'm just using, I want them things to kind of mix, but I left just because I left spots before I can get this brush in here and let it, you know, make some interesting marks. Now it's a little bit mushy. Now it has a little bit of orange in it from there. You know, I'll go to move down to the sides here a little bit. And now it's a little more mushy. Now I can come back here and do its face. or so whatever this is sort of a face. Hopefully I can stroke it in here enough and let things go. I'm going to blend it just a little bit more in here on the outsides. Pull this down a little bit more. I'm going to get a cleaner color. And just let the paint just kind of pull each other together here. So separate, a little separation. I love these good strong strokes like that going, really pop out. On the other side, just a little less than that. So it's not just a tone less. And that should do it. Okay. Getting in the fins. I'm gonna go back to the taupe mid-tone. I don't
Yikes.
huh?
Say it again. You're getting into the where?
I'm gonna do these fins on the outside of this fish.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to the mid-tone of transparent oxide and phthalo green on transparent side with a lot of white. This is probably down to like 4 again, 4 or 5. That should do it. I should be able to just take my brush with a loaded up paint. I'm going to touch oil. I'm going to grab it first. Barely have a little oil on my brush. And be able to just touch it in here and just twist my brush into a point and get that fin. Just got to take it to the right spot. And just a little, now that's mixed up, just a touch there. Look for a few other spots. Maybe this back fin here that kind of goes off. Push, and then just release the pressure on the brush to let it go. Like I say, a lot of times, just a good brush stroke is worth, sometimes worth a better design, because you're never going to get that brush stroke again. So this one, I'm just going to flip the other way, straight here, and just flip it towards it, and get that movement. The paint was thin. Paint was thin. So just a little heavier paint. Try it again. Create a second one. And that's it. So this fish is about done. I can do these guys here. Look for other places I can use this color. Ooh, boy, that caught some real dark. Soften this guy down. Soften the edges. Making sure you got, before you leave and stuff, that you don't have too many hard edges. You're not going to be back to painting it for a while. Okay, this one's about done. This needs just a little light here. Let's try the taupe, the fish color. I don't want to go that bright. That bright, this right there is it for the brightness of the painting. That's a good mid-tone. I just got to go a little bit brighter on this guy. I'm just going to work this in a little bit. Back in. has a dark little mark on it or two. And this got a little bit of orange on that back fin here too. That's where the the alizarin and the cad yellow come in really handy for these little areas here. Oh, I didn't even paint this guy's back fin. Okay. You're gonna start with a alizarin and cad yellow on the alizarin side. So it's just a warm orange for this back fin here. Okay. And then just go to a lighter one. I'm thinking this is a mix of cad red and cad orange. This is pretty much what I use for down in here. Look, oof. Come back and put, that's what I was, sorry. After I had that, the white in, now I'd come back with the color. Sorry, that's what I was thinking. I was wondering why I didn't finish this guy back here is because I was wondering, I got to get the white in first. We'll do it on this guy. But getting that orange in and going up against another color and stuff, don't mix. You want quick brush touches for mixes. You don't want a lot of blending. When you get to the white and stuff, you need to just cut it out. Let it be quick and painless. Bring that orange back into this guy a little bit. Now I can bring that, because I was wondering why didn't I take and because just sometimes you just touch the color and you just say, oh, I needed that. Why didn't I put that in? So I was just moving around here. I'm trying to say, let's get into these guys. I want to put these guys into paint like that because they go in really natural without mixing. Maybe more cad orange. This is almost pure cad orange going into this spot. That worked. And just the way it starts to come off the brush, one clean spot. Don't mixing. Just let these things be that tight. If you do need to soften the spots, just a touch of straight up and down push with the brush on those lines. Try not to mix. Okay, so this was, guys, almost done. Probably needs a little light on the fin here and there. But that's good enough. I mean, that'll work. This is done. This guy got to go red, but let's get to the white one. This is a little pinkier. Let's see if that works. This is the cad red and phthalo green mix with white. And I'm just going to start in my darker areas and see how this color goes in. It could be a little richer, but it might be perfect for this water. So this is just a little bit of white into it. This is really high key again, but I say high key, but then I look here and mix it up, and it's probably, it's around 3. But this is for the tail. This is into the tail, but it's not the highlight. It's right in here. It might be a little bit too bright for that. Okay, bring it back up. I'm going to bring it up. Yeah, it's just a hair too light. This area here underneath that tail. The bottom side of this tail right in here. It might be too far anyway, thinking about it. But it is in the warmer side, and we did do that. We even went down here. Now I'm just going to try and get the tail and the swirl here to work together a little bit. And then just getting this mark. Oh, I touched the dark somewhere. I'm going to leave it. That's good. All right. The same up here. Few stuff. Just got the main areas. Yeah, I think I can use it underneath here a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, now this is right in here. Just create the oval, come back in and start to get into this area here. So that's it. Yeah, I got to clean it up. And there's a edge up here yet I got to do. Light edge on that thing. That's pretty good. Get in here in the ovals a little bit more. We'll see if that works. It's hard to tell till you get going on it. So this is kind of the red area, but it just didn't like get quite as red as I thought. I'm going to go a little. Let me see. This is just the CAD red light with white, and I'm going to take it up to again pretty high key. I'm going to take it up to the other ones over here. These lighter ones. So it's kind of a pink. Yeah, that's one of the colors we didn't get. This would be go into this. This is the pink I was thinking of getting in here. A little bit, maybe I'm going to touch of yellow into it. Just a touch of oil. Touch of yellow into it. Yellow, white. See if I can get a nice line here. Flip it. Come back in, top line, and bring it back in. Okay. And then to get this, the ripple to go over the fish, yeah, here we got to separate out. You got to almost connect the blue ripple, the light blue-green ripple here, and give it something to connect over here to break. This is a yellow-white. The yellow-white, we painted over here. Maybe just a touch more. I think I went with got a little orange into it. In there. But that's what's going to come out. You need to come in and hit those highlights. Going over the fish, but they're only really bright going over the fish. They're not that bright in the water. There might be one spot, but everywhere else, this is it. This is the brightest this fish is going to be. All right, I can't go any farther. Probably went too far with that one. But let me finish the top part of that fish. I think that'll be pretty good time wise. Yeah, we're already over. So I did slow down some things here. Sorry. So we'll go a few minutes. So this is basically cad red and yellow with white. That's what I was thinking about this side of the fish here now. Getting that lightness, so it's feels like that, but it's just a little different. And then when I get up here, it should be fine. I just need to get the separation between that fish and this fish. I should do it. And you get a lot of action painting with this stuff, but then you still got to get a little, got to be able to slow down and, do the calm stuff. Okay, just I'll bring it in, and you guys can see this is just a little bit pinker, so it is on the cad red and white side here. Well, it has just a little. Oh, this is just almost pure cad red and white right in here for these drapings into here. Not the highlights, total highlights going in. Looking for a few spots of pink I can force in here so it's not too dead. And then just put the spots of red in and we'll be done. This one was pure cad red. We got that stuff in, so this should just be a smush of a mark. All I'm going to do is look for a flat mark for my brush, where that goes, and flick it out a little bit. They're too dark, strong. I'm going to come back in and touch them up. That's, see, now it's going to the orange side a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to go more orange. Because I know people are going to look at it and go, hey, I know that fish. That's the thing with koi. No one can say that. Koi's are like thumbprints and stuff. You don't see them too much. All right, just a touch of cad orange on this guy's head. You know, I'm going to keep him really rough. Because the rougher I make him, the less you'll look at him. And you'll be drawn closer to these guys, especially with this guy, same thing. Oh, that's just cad red. Go with some oxide alizarin in that too. Tone them down a little bit at the edges. Okay. Then hit the highlights a little bit better, and we should be good. All right. Oh, I still got to put in his swings, but you saw him going over here, so it's really not much different. So that's the start of it. And the water there, the less you do sometimes, the better it is. It's just like when you overthink it and you try to do everything perfectly, sometimes you lose the excitement. So sometimes work with what you get and then try to make it better, but don't overpaint. So there's those guys are. Differences did stay yellowish, did stay a little pinker. I think the Finn helped a lot on the pink side, but I will be finishing that up today or tomorrow, I guess, and I'll post it for you. So who do we have here left? Who wants a show? Sarah, come on, get your stuff together. I know you're ready to paint. Show. Kim, Carrie's right on top. Carrie and Kim. Carrie, Kim, and then there goes Shelly up top. Hey, Carrie,
Oh, hey. Still trying
what
to
you
flip.
got for us? Did you get into that background? You finished your background?
No, I didn't. So I stayed at the background
Uh-huh.
and I will go back this afternoon.
Yeah, I know it's hard to keep up. That's fine. Oh, but your colors are really super in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably could go a little heavier in the darks in the corners of that painting on the
Like
right
up in
side.
here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, just I mean, I like the transparency, but just maybe at a couple values higher, darker. In between's good, really good, and you got the warmth up top. That's nice. And their fish are coming along really, really well. Nice arcs. Nice, some nice movement there. You're gonna have fun with the fin part where fin in the water there.
I think so. I think everybody's is going to look so good. This is a fun one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is fun.
yeah.
It is fun. You're a good job. So far, good job. Don't mess it up.
Okay. All right. Thanks so
Okay.
much.
No, yep. Okay, let's go to Chelly here. She jumped up top. Then we'll go to Kim. That is great. Wow. Those fish are really, really good coloring. The coloring on your the orange, really orange, more orange one on the right there, man, he's perfect. He looks great. And the other ones feel like they're in water pretty deep. A lot of times just that red one back by the back tail, the orange one and stuff. Yeah, well, we probably put him in the last second. And yeah, just soften the edges on him. Okay.
Yeah.
The other white one and stuff, just watch the kink in it. Has a little, the body to the tail. There's just like you got a right angle there where it just kind of goes a little too fast. Soften that out a little bit.
Which one was that? Which one was that?
That would be your left fish, the main left fish.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
I'm just
Okay.
and that's fin. That's your fin can probably soften that little kink out,
Yeah.
and so it has a nice movement to it, but it has a great movement to it already. Tightness up there is good. Other fish, hey, you got a long ways for an hour and a half on painting there. That's pretty great. That's a fabulous. And your marks down there in the water are smart. They're very good, clean marks. You won't have to go back into them. Most
Okay.
of you might have to go to a little lighter spot here, and we might have to bring back a couple dark areas and stuff in the water. But everything else is, the less you touch it, the better it reads as water. It always seems like.
Okay, now, because you said it at the very beginning, here's my palette.
Hey, you do have a palette.
You see why I get confused?
You just make it simple. You'll be fine. Just make yours look like mine.
I will.
You can find the colors.
Thanks, Jim.
No worries. Good job. It was a heck of a painting, start. Don't say anything. See, she looks.
Okay, I'm coming. Here I am.
Look at that. She got her painting clothes on and everything.
No, it's actually a nice shirt.
I know. That's what I was saying. You going out? Fuck.
Wow.
Censor.
Oh,
Sorry about that. That's okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to, get mean with you. You've made a jump in your paintings.
We painted these kois before.
No,
Maybe not these kois, but we painted
Oh,
kois
yeah.
before.
Yeah, we have painted kois before.
Yeah.
And
so-
but they're not and that's the thing is you can always paint them. It's just
Yeah.
you're always going to see that is beautiful. You really gone a
Ah,
long ways on
gorgeous.
that one.
Mhm.
That is, yeah, it has some beautiful stuff in it. You know, when you get done putting on the schmutzes and the little things in the water
Yeah.
and stuff, that thing's gonna glow. That's congrats. Congrats.
Great.
You photograph your stuff with your iPhone, right? Or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, at some point you probably need to shoot them with an SLR. They won't be so contrasty
Right.
stuff because they look usually on this video and stuff, they look gorgeous and stuff. And then
Yeah.
when they come over, they get the contrast builds up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know, that's all it is. You know, it's beautiful painting. Congrats.
Mhm.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, don't mess it up. Let's go to Sarah. Holy shit.
Ooh.
Okay, Sarah, you think you think you got it? Okay, good job. It's starting to come along.
Thank you.
Oh, that's some fun stuff. I mean, first thing is you look at it, yeah, it's just like wow, that they work. Okay, good job. Your water's really good. You know, just don't keep going on it. You know,
Mhm.
just hit your highlights. You know, a couple more highlights or bring back a couple darks in there, but that's about it. And then look for a little glints where you can find those little glints in the water, but they're not everywhere. Just put them in a few spots. And that's going to be spectacular. That's really good. Good job on the water's really good. So, and the fish look great. You see how they just flow. They kind of everything just flows and they go really good with their fins. Their fins are really long and moving, have a lot of shape to them. Good job, man. And you got a lot of depth in that too already. You know, not even now you didn't even paint in the other fish and they feel like they're in the right spot.
Mhm.
Man, that's a super block in. Good job on the one fish. Finish the
Yeah.
other one and let's see that's gonna be gorgeous.
Cool.
Really good darks too. Don't play with your darks too much.
Okay.
You're pretty much, take it easy. Be lazy. Just
Okay.
do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And you'll look gorgeous. It's working out really beautiful.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank
Man,
you.
that move. That's good movement. Good job, guys.
Thanks.
Wow. All right. Well, geez. I got a lot of work to do
When
now.
do we reconvene?
We reconvene on the 23rd, I think, or is it 21st? 21st.
So like 3 weeks. Give you a
3
break.
weeks. You got 3 weeks off to finish these and all your other paintings.
All the other ones. And you will
if
give
you-
us an address for the new link?
Yeah, I'll give you.
Oh,
It will be in the, when you pay up. That's what.
Oh, yeah.
you'll get it. Oh yeah. I forgot about that
Oh, yeah,
part.
I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. I was even thinking I canceled the workshop for next week. I was going to do a in-town workshop here, and just didn't seem wasn't any interest because I just did one in December, so no one wants to come back and do it again. So I was thinking about maybe painting in my own class here or something. I'll come down and paint, and if you guys want, I'll send you guys a link. Come paint. If you want to.
sounds
paint,
great.
But if then when you'll only be 2 weeks out and stuff, but that'll be a free one and stuff.
Oh, don't forget the class in the evening.
Monday nights.
I don't know, Monday?
Yeah, there is one
Yeah.
on Monday
Your
night.
free Monday one.
There's a free one on Monday night. We're painting a fox. So
And you're gonna send us the fox picture. And okay.
oh, Shelly. Okay. Yes. I will send it out. You guys can
fun.
use it. Yeah, I tried to just post it in the Facebook group, and you guys grab it from there. But I can always send it out to you guys too. I probably could do that. So that's about it of everything going on. Yeah. Hey, but it's been a great week. Great 8 weeks. I think we got some great paintings. What do you guys think about the 2 week doing 2 week paintings?
Loved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys just want to 2-week paintings instead of doing 1 week?
Not necessarily, but it'd be good to have one.
Mhm.
Another 2-week painting.
Hard one. Okay, then I can give you guys really tough ones to do.
Or Pete the Street.
I tell no more sheep. No more sheep.
No, Pete the Street, I said.
Oh, Pete the Street. You don't like Pete the Street?
I do like him. I've looked him up now subsequently.
He should be around you. He probably lives around you.
It's
You know? Yeah, London's such a small town.
yeah.
But you probably might even check him out and go find him.
Mm.
Yeah, he paints some interior things that are gorgeous too. So anyway, I will finish mine up. You guys finish yours up, and we'll see you in 3 weeks. Maybe next week even. All right.
Mhm.
All right.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you so
Thanks,
much.
Jim.
It was
It's been
absolutely
great.
wonderful. Just
All right.
wonderful.
See, there you go. Thank you.
Always,
Take care.
always good. Yep.
We have fun.
Mhm.
All right, girls, take it easy. Finish these up. Have fun.
Bye
See you in
now.
a while.
Bye.
Bye.